That giant left wall should look familiar. As you know, we are at Fenway Park as we take on the Boston Red Sox in the second of 4 series in which we play them. We also play them again in August and again in mid-September. Connor Wong is on fire in the last greater than 2 weeks of games. 436 in a 1086 OPS, 17 RBIs. Only one long ball, but he's been doing the damn thing for his team, and they've been winning games. Garrett Crochet is the man on the mound, striking guys out at a 24.3% rate, leading to 74 in total in 71 innings. You know what? He's been worth every prospect that they sent, which I still am a little surprised that the White Sox didn't get one of the top 3 on this squad, as Jason Dominguez would take the first strike to start the ball game. Red Sox do hold the first wild card spot. We are right behind them by about 2 to 3 games, and this series would go a long way towards catching up with them and eventually, hopefully, leapfrogging the Orioles if the Red Sox don't do it themselves. Yankee lineup is as follows. We are facing, I believe, a lefty. Yes, he is. Dominguez, Judge, Bellinger, who he really needs to get that average up. Giancarlo, Wells, Volpe. Goldschmidt is playing because it's a lefty. Pablo Reyes and Jazz Chisholm is at the bottom of the lineup against the lefty because I tend to take the 9 spot as more of a second leadoff. You see the defense. You know the Red Sox have a great fielding outfield. Infield is pretty solid itself. And Aaron Judge will get us in the hit column with a base hit to the position he plays. Bellinger, taking a slow sweeper. 594 OPS. This is just not good for him. I think he's actually hitting lefties better than righties, as he shows that right here. I don't want to give up on him, as we do have him for the next season. Giancarlo takes strike number 1. Listen, if Giancarlo could play the outfield, I'd allow him. But he's our permanent DH, and he's swinging very hard. 856 OPS, which really is nothing new for him, given he's probably the greatest power hitter in the StatCast era, based off exit velo, and pretty much not much else. Unfortunately, he'll pop it into shallow right field. Is that Alex Bregman playing second? I could have sworn there was a controversy early in the season as they were trying to figure out, Devers, no, you're not playing third. You're going to go play first because that's what the team told you. But the team told him that, he's going to play third. And as you see, he threw us out from third. It's a really confusing situation, and when the CPU is involved as far as roster construction, I just let them have it. You want to play him at third? Play him at third. That's fine. Marcus Stroman. I don't really have much to say other than he gives up a base hit to Devers is leading off the game. Why? That's strange. He's not really the leadoff type, but hey, teams are following their own rules as to how they set up their lineup. Just like the Phillies, they got Kyle Schwarber as a leadoff man, and it's a fly ball in the right field as Aaron, what the? Bro, did you have too much to drink last night? Did you go to the Knicks Celtics playoff game? Like, what's going on, bro? Get it together. Holy cow. And just to be honest, I took throw canceling off. I hate it. I kind of hate it. If I'm going to throw it, let me throw it. Judges, oh boy. Bro, you really need to stay out of the pubs. Oh, God. Did you really have to go to that Knicks game last night? I know. The Knicks disappointed us. It's all good. As Jaron Durant gets a triple. I gotta say, the Red Sox outfield is pretty freaking sickening to look at. It's great in that sense, as Bellinger also bobbles the ball up at the wall, and Marcus Stroman ends up walking Tristan Casas. Yeah, we need to get it together. Connor Wong, as you saw earlier in the graphic, he is hitting very well. Ground ball up the middle for a base hit, as Boston seems to be very cohesive with their lineup construction and their synergy and their ability to get hits. Fly ball to center as Belly makes the catch. Runner from second is not going to bother. He's not that fast. Of course, here's Trevor's story. A guy looking to redeem himself after the past couple seasons of really not hitting and more likely injury, as Chisholm will venture in the center field to make the catch. Dude, do you want to replace Bellinger twice in the lineup? That'd be great. As Volpe smacks this one high and deep to left field, and it's about 2/3 of the way up the green monster. Karam's off there, and he'll be in there with a double. If that wall is not there, I still forget why the hell they did it. Maybe it's an owner's thing and they want people. Oh wait, no, there's a highway. I-95 is on that side. What, you want people not being able to drive by and watch the game? There'd be in an accident anyway. Goldie, he's going to ground this to third, which means we're going to stay over at second. And runner will stay put. Pablo Reyes is hitting perfect and is our solution at third base. Do I really mean that? No. We still have other players that can play the position. DJ LeMahieu was going to probably also get his shot following his hit streak. And Pablo Reyes is fine. He's really more of a backup guy, a spot starter if you need him for like a couple weeks. And unfortunately, he'll get his first out in the plate appearance with a fly out to left. Chisholm, swing and a miss. High circle change. Maybe he was looking for something else, the heater, and just didn't connect on it. Rafaela, inside slider, got him looking, and he is frustrated with himself. Yoshida is going to pull this ball to right field. It'll bounce and roll into the corner. Judge has to trudge himself over that way, and then overthrows Chisholm. Dude, get it together out there. You are playing some bad right field today. Fly ball left center as Bellinger is going to make the catch. Runner will retreat. Stroman might be able to get out of this one. Ground ball to Goldie, and he'll step on the bag to end the second.
Leading off for the Yankees,
last series, which I think I showed y'all, 1-2 versus Kansas City. We just did not hit or drive in runs, though all the games seemed close. So it is definitely a matter of the catching, and don't get me wrong, also the fielding. Rafaela with a gold glove type play as he takes almost a straight on path and then has to cut about 2/3 of the way through, make the diving catch. You would think he covered more distance, but that center field left field combination is very good. Liner right off the green monster, and damn, that is a hard hit single. As man, I'm sure Judge would have loved to hit it over a wall, but you got to hit it higher than that. As Bellinger will strike out on a sweeper coming in at 85 miles an hour. I'd always been a little skeptical of Crochet being the Red Sox ace, but he's really holding up his end of the bargain, and I mean, it's highly risky whether they not really negotiate a contract, but more extend him. But given that they really aren't too big of players in the free agent market, not anymore, they're probably going to extend him, and we'll see how that plays out over the seasons, just because, he is in arbitration. Liner off of a sinker into right center field, and neither 6'4" or taller outfield is going to be able to get it. It's an easy double for Tristan Casas, as we are running into a red monster at this point. Grounder in the right field. Judge will throw it, and yeah, you're not going to test his arm. His arm is strong. His reaction isn't always the best, though. Honestly, I thought he played pretty fine center field last year. World Series for baiting. Story gets a sinker over the middle. Come on, Stroman. You have to get that pitch down. When you don't, the throw to the plate is going to cause yet another run. 5-0 in the third. Still nobody out. Rafaela, ground ball. Chisholm can't make the diving attempt. Judge throwing to the plate. It's in time, but not a good enough tag. I really wish the catcher would move to the ball and then make the tag. It'd be a lot better. MLB The Show, please do better with your catcher animations at home plate. Fly ball in the right field. It bounces just fair. As I think Judge was trying to play that off the hop as Yoshida. Yeah, we got our asses whooped. Let's just keep it a bean. All right, 8 runs in the third inning. We got some hits, but we didn't get them until late in the ball game. Stroman picks up an L, though. They haven't credited him with any innings or anything of that nature. Yoshida did suffer a knee sprain, so Willier Abreu is going to replace him as we jump here into the fourth inning. 0-0 ball game, and he'll ground it up the middle of Peraza. Peraza short toss to Volpe, and that'll end the fourth inning. Pitchers, on the other hand, Schmidt is pitching very well. 3 hits, 3 strikeouts. The walks are a little much, in my opinion. Tanner Houck went 6 of his own. Ground ball to Rice. Over to Volpe covering second. Back to first. Call it a 3-6-3 double play. Start off the 7th inning. Schmidt pitch 80. Swing and a miss on the sweeper. Got him out of here, and he will get out of this only giving up a singular run. Maybe he comes out for the 8th. DJ LeMahieu, 10-game hitting streak, looking to extend it, and the sinker is going to plop down in right field. It'll also seemingly drive in a run. The throw, not in time. The Yankees lead 2-0. This is, I want to say, like his 4th or 5th hitting streak in about 10 games in his career. I'll have to check the stats later. Ground ball to Peraza playing second. And he'll throw him out at first to end the 8th. So call on Devin Williams to pick up the save. Though it's never an easy time. The first out will be relatively routine. Fly ball to right as Judge makes the catch. You're 2 outs away from picking up the victory. Screwball or circle change. I don't know why they've changed that in the last 2 or 3 years. I get that his circle change breaks much more than most pitchers. Is it a screwball? I don't know. It's probably a hybrid of the two. Doesn't matter. It still can be effective and scary to throw. Ground ball as Trevor Story picks up a base hit. And the game-winning run is coming to the plate. Rafael has not gotten a hit. And it's going to get over Peraza's head. Grisham will retrieve it in right center. The throw to Peraza is cut off and throw to third. Not going to be in time. As the tying run is standing on third, Rafaela is a stolen base threat. If they so choose, I would not be shocked if there's a suicide squeeze. And what do you know? Drop the bunt. Wells can't come up with it about a foot in front of his face. And the ball game is tied. Again, we need better catcher animations on bunts. You don't need to take that mask off. Grab the ball. You can see. Liner to the left as Dominguez makes the catch. No one will advance. That is a big-time out number 2. The save is already blown. We just don't want to blow the game. Romy Gonzalez takes the first pitch and swings and misses for strike number 1. Screwball, a little too damn high for my comfort, but it is in the zone for strike 2. And another one. He'd been getting that call most of the year for strike. And this is a pop-up into shallow right field. Peraza calls off belly and Judge for the out to end the 9th, which means this game is going into extras. As Cody Bellinger will come off the bench to pinch hit for Trent Grisham, where, you know what, I probably should have just left Grisham out there. He's actually not that bad of a hitter. Maybe we'll see Grisham a bit more as we get into the summer months. Again, Bellinger is struggling. He will at the very least advance the runner to third, which means it'll take really nothing more than a sacrifice fly as Oswaldo Peraza is going to get his opportunity to do so. And he smokes a pitch from Justin Wilson to left field. It'll bounce over Duran's head. It is recovered by Rafaelo, who has to run all the way over to left field, and then he'll slide in there with a double. Take a look at the replay as he jumps and it boop right off the top of the red in Red Sox to give the Yankees the lead, but I don't feel comfortable with a one-run lead here in extras. Ground ball to third. He'll retreat back to second, and damn, I really wish he had pushed it the other way. Could have gotten within 90 feet of a second run. That way, the ghost runner isn't really an issue, but LeMahieu comes to the dish. Swing and a miss. So already extended that hit streak, just trying to help his team feel a little bit more comfortable in the bottom of the 10th. Split finger fastball, Justin Wilson. That pitch is sick. Check swing. Ooh. Yeah, don't swing at nothing that's not good. And he comes even further inside with the slider. 2-2. Pop up as Wong is going to catch this one behind the backstop in the 10th. And Bellinger will replace Grisham in center. For better or for worse. We'll see how things play out. Duran. Swing and a miss at the screwball. Williams looking to go back out there. His back-to-back screwballs gets him punched out. That's a big out number 1, but you're not out of the woodwork. Casas floats a cutter to right field. It's not going to wrap inside of Pesky's pole. It'll be just outside of it. And it is 2-2. Probably another fastball, and that's what it is. Four seam as Ben Rice is going to catch it in the lights for out number 2. Connor Wong comes to the dish. He's 1 of 9 in this series, including today. 368 with runners in scoring position. Guys are being really clutch on this Red Sox team, and he proves it yet again. Screwball caught way too much of the plate into left field. Ball game tied at 3. Oh, jeez. Should we just replace Williams at this point as far as in this game? I can't speak for the season as a whole, though I'm sure I'd get a decent haul back for him if I really wanted to trade him. The idea is really to... LeMahieu, what the fuck are you doing? Bro, you got to tag him. Just tag him. How you just let him run around you? And umpire, you got to get it together, man. Oh, look. It's Aroldis Chapman. Remember him? I'm sure 2017 is something a lot of Yankee fans remember. Nonetheless, LeMahieu is at second, and Judge is at the plate. He's not gotten a hit thus far. And the second pitch he sees is 99 miles an hour, a fastball, and it jumps out of there even faster. 435 feet, as the captain says, hey, I remember Houston. I definitely remember that. And I also remember that year you said, I don't want to pitch like the last 2-3 weeks of the season. This was only a couple years ago. I'm telling you, every time you step to that dish, I'm going to smoke your pitches. So please, do not put this man out there on the mound again. Giancarlo Stanton says, hey, I remember it too, as he puts this one on top of the green monster. 6-3. Why y'all still got Chapman out there? I get he throws hard, but he also doesn't have the best of control. I remember the Reds attempted to have him be a starter, as Peraza will throw out the first runner. And Loaizaga, ground ball to third. LeMahieu chooses not to go home. It'll score a run. And you know what? I get it. Make them have to cross home plate twice, and don't take the risk of attempting to throw the runner out at home. So we get the save from Jonathan Loaizaga, as the Red Sox look very disappointed, and understandably so. They could have and probably should have won this game, but the two big bats were not going to allow that to be the case. Clark Schmidt, player of the game, 7 2/3, 5 hits, 5 Ks, 3 walks. Should probably lower that, and I think a couple of runs. All right, we need to probably make a decision as to who is getting sent down. Clark Schmidt is firmly kind of established as one of our better pitchers. Will Warren still has some options left. His win-loss record isn't that great. The ERA could be worse. So we'll send him down to AAA. And then, wait, I think I realized I don't need to send him down. Doesn't matter. We sit half a game behind the Astros and the Rangers for the final wild card spot. And, wait, I thought Rodon was hurt. Rodon was hurt in the last episode, but I guess he's back. I guess he's fine. It's Aaron Judge. I don't know why his power went down some, but nonetheless, we take on the Baltimore Orioles again. It's like we went from Boston to Baltimore, back to Baltimore, back to Boston. We've been going back and forth. Actually, we are at home this time, as Gunnar Henderson is clearly a superstar in the making. 385 average in the last 16 games, and nearly an RBI per game, a home run about every 3, and he has scored 13 times. If he is not in the running for an MVP, then I don't know, maybe there's some other bats that are doing very well. I know Judge is very much in the running. Take a look at the starting lineup for the Orioles. O'Neill, Cowser, old friend Gary Sanchez, Henderson, Mountcastle, Ramon Laureano, Jordan Westberg at third, Jackson Holliday at second, and Jorge Mateo, who continues to have a job primarily because he's fast as hell. He can't really hit all that well, but, you know, occasionally you'll run into one. As Tyler O'Neill smokes this deep to left field. Third pitch of the game. It is gone. Nearly 400 feet for his 8th home run of the season. He was a Red Sox last year and really didn't play that bad. I was a little surprised that the Red Sox decided, F-bomb is certainly appropriate at this time, Rodon. A little surprised that the Red Sox didn't decide to bring him back. But I get it, given their outfield and some of the young guys coming up, like a Marcelo Mayer. Just move on, pay a guy less with higher upside. It's fine. Cowser gets struck out on the outside slider as Rodon looks to redeem himself off the lead-off homer. And of course, Gary Sanchez, a guy I liked, but I understood that his defense wasn't that great as far as fielding and blocking, and I guess people didn't like that he didn't frame the best. He's a hitter. He's a DH. That's why he continues to hold a job at this point. Oh, God. Rodon, get it together. Do not hit these Orioles, okay? They are like the Kansas City Royals, except they hit for power. It might be younger. Liner into right field, and the bases are going to be loaded as Rodon is in trouble as they keep spraying the ball around. Circle change. Misses the Marquez. Ooh, yeah, shake some of that sweat off, bro. I think you might have a Gillette sponsorship. Get you some antiperspirant. Ground ball to Rodon. The Volpe on second and throw to first, and that is a good 1-6-3 double play. Great wherewithal by Rodon, able to snatch that ball up. As check swing. Wow. Really? That you went around? Oh, now you did on the sweeper. As Gary Sanchez throws. Actually, that's not Sanchez. Yeah, no, that is Sanchez. Sanchez is actually playing catcher. Good sweeper. 11 inches of drops. Crazy as Judge will smack this in the right field. And damn it, it's going to be an out. Despite the shift, as we take a look at the Yankee lineup, not much has changed. Ben Rice is playing first. LeMahieu is at the bottom of the lineup at third. We are fourth in offensive runs. As I stated, probably in a previous episode, we could use another lefty bat, maybe not a righty. As Dominguez smokes this one, but the wind is going to carry this one foul. Ooh, short of hitting the foul pole by about, I'd say about 15 feet. All right. He's worked the count to a 3-2 mark. And the pitch, a little too high for his liking. I mean, that's not hard. He's like 5'7". And that is the first walk of the ball game. He is definitely a stolen base threat. But why steal when Giancarlo can have you just walk home? And he cracks this one hard to third. Westberg runs all the way into foul territory. And, of course, he's easily going to throw Big G out. He's slower than molasses. Ground ball up the middle. Rodon not going to be able to get that one on the opposite side of him. And Westberg has a hit to lead off the second inning. And Holiday hits this one high and not deep enough as Bellinger will range back to make the... What the... Bro, get it together. Why y'all are overshooting the cutoff, man? It doesn't make any sense. Mateo takes the first strike, forcing fastball up top for strike number one. He does have Rodon's number, at least in limited plate appearances, 3 for 5. And this cutter is going to get floated to right. Judge, a little late on the judging that one off the bat, but he's able to make the catch. And here's O'Neill, who started it off hot, and let's see what he's got later on. And it's going to get hit in the right field. Judge has to run all the way to the wall. I thought he would have cut it off before then. The throw to Chisholm to the plate. Wells got it. What? How did you not tag him? The ball was there in time. Another extra base hit for O'Neill, and oh my goodness, this curveball is smoked into the home bullpen. As, ooh, please don't be warming up over there, though. We might need you to warm up at this point. Rodon's already given up 4 runs. Now, do we get him out of the game now? Do we let him stay out there so we're not cooking our bullpen? Like, I don't want to run the bullpen ragged at this point. So we keep him out there at least through the second inning. We'll see how things play out later on. Bloop fly ball into right as Bellinger plops it for a single. You know, we will eventually have to go on the road, Cincinnati, in the series after this. As the curveball swung over the top, shortstop second, first for the double play on Volpe. Volpe, I kind of need you to get on base. You got to work the count, brother. Wells gets a hold of this sinker. It floated a little bit too much, and it'll float a little bit too much as it finds a glove. Finds a glove. All right, last series, as the Angels, we faced the Angels in a 4-game set, went 2-2. We didn't pitch too terribly, but like the offense just wasn't exactly there. Swing and a miss on a slider, strike number 3 on Mountcastle, who might be on the trade block. Curveball hit into right field for a base hit is Jazz Chisholm. Now, when I say Mountcastle's on the trade block, it's like if they find something good, they will take it. Chisholm's going to take second, batting in front of Judge. That is why I like having him there. Is only his 8th stolen base. A little surprised. Maybe it's because he hasn't been getting on, and you might as well count this as a stolen base. No, you won't. A wild pitch by Eflin, and there's a runner on third. There are two away. Judge has a prime opportunity to drive in a run. Ground ball up the middle in the center, and Chisholm will score from third. Yankees get on board. It's 4-1. Dominguez. Oh, takes the cut fastball. Hits right on the barrel, squarely, deep to right field. 369. You can call it yin-yin if you want. For the home run. 11th of the season. He might be on pace for almost 30. I'm going to slow my roll when I say that, as Big G smokes this one. Almost takes the pitcher's head off on the bouncer. 4-base hit. Bellinger. Not so much. Grounded to the pitcher and then over to first to end the third inning. Yankees still down by 1. Holiday cracks a curveball into left field. Fortunately, that didn't go over the wall this time. As why does Holiday look 12? Let me stop. I'm talking smack, and he's over here smacking Rodon up. He's given up 7 hits in 3 1/3 innings. As we're just gonna talk to him right now. We want you to at least get to the 5th. Preferably get out of it. Ground ball. Chisholm. Volpe steps on for 1 and throw back to first. You're never going to double him up. He is way too fast. That is the #1 asset of Jorge Mateo and his versatility. O'Neal, 2 for 2. And, of course, Mateo is going to steal second. Oh, man. Wells just tends to have a hard time throwing guys out. And we've seen it in the past, but it's very inconsistent part of his game. Rice will step on the bag for the unassisted ground out. Eflin gets hit in the left field. Wells will get on with 2 away, and DJ LeMahieu comes up looking to extend his hit streak. It's up to 11. And the first pitch from Eflin is a fastball smacked up the middle. I guess Holiday was playing a little bit too far in to make that play. And, of course, he will extend that hit streak to 14 games. 15, I'm sorry, damn. He did get hits in each of the games against the Angels. He got 1 in the first game. He got 1 in the second. Pretty much got 1 in each. And, of course, we're going to add 1 plus 1 plus 1. Add 3 to the scoreboard on Jazz Chisholm's 3-run shot. About time they showed that celebration. I feel like every once in a while they'll have him do a different one, and it's like, this is Judge's home run celebration. And we've seen it plenty of times. He is on pace for about 35 homers if things play out the right way. That would be back-to-back years with career highs in power for Jazz Chisholm. There is an outside shot. And here's another one from Rodon. A long fly ball into right field. The 3rd home run given up by Rodon. Kowser's 15th, and I think it's time to pull him. Holy cow. Dude, how do you float that cutter over the plate? That's just unacceptable. I think this might end up being a bullpen game. Boone, you should probably be pulling him. No, he's going to let him continue in the 5th. All right. I clearly don't know how questionable some of the decisions our manager has. It's probably well documented and at the same time also a little bit over exaggerated. As Gunner comes to the plate and he'll float this one to right field. Judge will be able to make this play for out number 2. I guess Boone is going to have some faith in the veteran. As that one is ripped hard by Mountcastle, 110 miles an hour off the bat. And Boone is coming out of the dugout to pull Rodon. I appreciate the resiliency, but we need effectiveness. So I'm calling Scott Efros, and this will definitely be a bullpen game through. May have to ask guys to go a little longer than normal. Floater to shortstop, and Volpe has to track back to make the catch. Orioles will make the change at pitcher 2, going with Cionel Perez, a 2.45 ERA, and then they'll have 2 guys warming up. Charlie Morton, isn't he a starter? I guess due to injury, he's now a reliever. And sinker gets Westbrook sat down on strikes. And another, this time a breaking ball on the slider to Jackson Holiday. Back-to-back punch-outs for Efros. 1-2 to Mateo. And he will float this one to right field. The Judge will make the catch near foul territory to end the sixth. Volpe, Wells, and Goldie. No, Ben Rice will lead off the next inning. And here is Wells, and he'll smack this one up the middle. Almost stopped by Perez and Henderson at short. Just scoots past him enough for the base hit. Ugh, Ben Rice, bro. What the hell was that? I'm talking about the slider. Why'd you swing at that, dude? Come on. You can do better than that. You've been struggling a little bit. Nonetheless, the hit streak has already been extended for LeMahieu, and he takes a curveball and just plops it into right field. This is the type of hitting we need to see more of from some guys in the lineup. Wells will advance to third, as we don't have that real contact hitter mentality on this team. We really haven't had too much of that. And to be honest, I would expect that from Jazz Chisholm, but he took a pitch and sent it deep to right field for a homer. This time he will strike out on a pitch in the other batter's box. Not a good look. Speaking of good looks, Tyler O'Neill is seeing the ball very well in today's ball game. A homer, a double, drove into and scored twice himself. And then he gets another hit on a single up the middle. His third hit of the ball game, as he is absolutely cooking.
Up next for the Orioles,
especially against us. Cowser looking to get a third hit of his own. Smoked a long ball earlier off the curveball from Rodon. But he faces a different pitcher this time, a righty. Something he doesn't hit nearly as well. Ground ball to second. Chisholm going to go the short way. Not the short way, the long way. And gets the lead runner, but can't get Cowser. So double play. It's again an opportunity. Swing and a miss on a slider that just drapes back over the plate. Sanchez is playing pretty well as a backup, but strikes out here, only forcing fastball, getting jammed up with the heater. Gunner chops this to Chisholm. Chisholm goes the short way now to Volpe. Listen, sometimes playing second, that could be the short way, that could be the long way. It kind of just depends on which way the ball is hit. We're going to call on Fernando Cruz. Gave him a little bit of extra time to throw some extra pitches. See how effective he is. He's at least better against righties. Lefties, it's, you don't face lefties that often, so the numbers can be a little deceiving, as he is giving up hits at a 362 rate. As we float one out, and a strikeout by Cruz, throwing the heat. I've come to realize that while Cruz doesn't throw stupid hard, I was under the impression he threw like 98, 99. His key is working the splitter and then the fastball, and then peppering in the slider to be effective. Yankees lead by one as we call on Devin Williams. This looks like a save opportunity. He's already blown 4 or 5 of them at this present time. The ERA kind of high, and the batting average is not that great either. I hate the fact that he's been so hittable this year, as Jackson Holliday will plop this one into foul territory at third as the Yankees look to hold on to the victory. But it's going to take some effort as Ryan O'Hearn comes off the bench. Pinch hit spot. First pitch. Screwball inside to a lefty. Not the best of pitches to throw, and then the screwball gets hit on the outside part of the plate and bounces in front of Bellinger. Good job preventing that ball from rolling behind him. That is a base hit, and O'Hearn is not a base-stealing threat. O'Neill could be. Takes the first pitch on the outside for strike number 1. Already 3 hits. Looking for number 4, and to possibly give his team the lead. Screwball, not going to get the low call for ball number 1. He's a triple shy of the cycle. As you saw, Screwball, too much of the plate, dude. You got to get that crap down. And instead, I think O'Neill tweaked something in his hand. Seems to be shaken up, trying to shake it off. Can't seem to do so, and the manager's going to pull him for Seti Mullins. 1-2, and fouls off a cutter. Kind of crazy to see a cutter coming off the bench so quickly in the 95, not a strike. What? Screwball, 2-2, and he's out in front of it. That is a big-time second out. Don't do that, dude. Why are you going to throw it back? Come on. Be a grown man. Cowser fouls off a cut fastball pitch he's already taken deep. Devin, did you not look at the iPad before you came into the game? Screwball, no. Misses outside and high. 1-2. Screwball. Ooh. Kind of floated on the top portion of the zone. Now 1-2. The pitch. Swing and a miss on the outside corner. Four-seam fastball. Picks up save number 14. Whew. Good job by the team being able to get out of this game with the victory, despite giving up some early runs. The rest of the series you will see in the next episode. Chisholm, the player of the game, 3 home runs, 3 RBI, and a home run. O'Neal, he seems to be fine. Maybe he'll come back in the later games.